Just was mad at a cat.
Classic.
Classic D&D antics.
I got some sushi.
Wow. I have this much veggie sausage left.
Nice.
I can't see anything. My
Let
brightness
me
is
tell
low.
you, Cameron, it is not very spicy.
Oh yeah, I heard. That was the first thing I heard when I came in.
It's important information because you need to know Morningstar is good, but they're liars. Make a good product, but
Look
All
me
right.
up. Skeleton.
In 5.
we have been recording.
Oh, good. So yeah, so about almost 2 weeks ago at this point when we last played, you all, after gaining the training necessary to ride griffins, you rode first down to Neverwinter, um, where you in a tavern encountered a sort of conspiracy theorist claiming that the volcano in the northern part of the Neverwinter Wood was going to erupt again and destroy Neverwinter just like it did so many decades ago. And then, uh, Daisy and Nemo ran a nice little scam there. You guys also interrogated the barkeep about uh, Lord Neverember some. But she didn't really give you much. She seemed pretty happy with his leadership thus far. So then you guys decided to move on and headed down to Waterdeep. You had a lovely guide who was very excited to uh, accompany you down to Waterdeep. And when you arrived there, Mannequin number 5 did some research into Artist Simber. Found out about his pet wombats at some point. Found out that he enjoys like reuniting lost bloodlines, and a couple other small facts about him. Uh, you. Oh yeah, there's a woman whose apple cart got knocked over.
Nah,
Uh, that Tony helped, and then you guys talked to her and her family, and that's where you found out about the wombats. And that's pretty much where we left off. So, as you leave this woman's house, um, you see something very peculiar in the sky, and I'm just gonna share the image here. It's a tower floating up in the clouds, and on top of it there appears to be like a wizard hat. Um, yeah, it's just floating up there. And people, of course, are gathering and looking at it, like very confused. And almost immediately, people with the badge of Waterdeep, seemingly police officers, guards, whatever you want to call them, are immediately trying to calm people down. They're saying that nothing bad is gonna happen to the city. This is not expected, but this has happened before. There's no need to raise the alarm.
this has
So people,
happened.
yeah.
Just a normal day, you know.
The guard of Waterdeep trying to convince us that something's not a problem. ACAB.
There you go.
I don't
Fuck
know what
that.
that means.
All cops are bad.
Oh.
So
Yeah. So what would you all like to do? It's probably about 150 feet up in the air. Let me see if that's right.
I don't think I can make that jump.
That's a lot of feet.
my
I hear
satyr
that one person in
paladin.
our party can fly.
I can
That-
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Do you want me to go check
mean-
it out?
The guards seem to know what this thing is. We could ask them.
They don't seem concerned. Maybe we should just ask them before I go and fly on up there.
Okay. The adventure says it's 1,000 feet in the air. So
Oh,
we'll go with that.
oh.
1,000.
That's
but
so
it's
high.
so big
Can
that you can still make
Wait,
out the shape.
I don't even know
of
if I can get up there. Wait, 1,000 feet. That means I have to go. Because I can only fly for 10 minutes at a time and once per day.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming my fly speed is still 30 feet.
Your fly speed is 30 feet, so you could go 60
300
with
feet in a minute.
dashing.
Oh, yeah, 60 feet with dashing.
So 600
That
feet in a
means
minute.
1 minute, I could go 600 feet. So I could
Yeah,
get up there.
so you could get up there, yeah.
Nice.
And then you
Well,
can just fall with style down and then rehash fly.
Maybe we should ask the guard what it is before I go up there. Maybe it's dangerous.
I don't know why, but I'm really into people flying places and then just dropping and then recasting the ability. After
Yeah, that's
Baldur's
not going to
Gate.
work because I can only do it once.
Or Baldur's Gate feather fall shenanigans.
I would prefer not to splatter on the ground in a pile of goopy, dead mess.
Yeah, that would be not great. So do you ask one of the guards?
Yeah, I'll go and ask the guard, be like, what the hell is that?
That is a cloud giant tower.
A cloud giant tower.
So wait, is it a giant tower or is it a cloud giant's tower?
It is a
Both.
it's
That's
both.
a good question.
It's
It is
both.
probably
it is a cloud
giant.
giant's tower, but it is giant because a cloud giant
Is
is in
giant.
it.
Cloud giants are giant.
Yeah.
We've learned so much today.
We gotta get some
Damn.
beans.
So is that thing always up there? Or?
No, it literally just arrived like while you were in there talking to this family.
But-
It appeared to just, I mean, the guard obviously didn't know that you were in there talking, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it just almost out of thin air, I guess.
Aren't you worried that there's a cloud giant tower floating above the city? Last time giants
Oh
showed
yeah,
up
I'm
at a city.
scared shitless, but I was told to tell people that there's no problem.
Well, you're doing a
Are
really
we,
great
like-
job of keeping everybody calm.
I think
Your resolve
You've really made-
inspires the people.
You really
I
made
think
it.
Josh said something that I think we should really
Oh.
pursue. I think we should search out some magic beans.
That
My
just
whole life has
seems.
led me to believe that's the solution to giant problems, right?
I've never learned anything that's opposed
Yeah,
to that.
this entire adventure actually is the end game is you finding the necessary magic beans.
Once we get there, this is no problem.
Hey, guard. We are a party. We don't really have a name for our group yet, but
The Suicide Squad.
we have some experience with dealing with giants attacking cities. Maybe we should talk to someone of authority and we could help.
What he would ask like what your authority is, like what experience do you have with that?
Frost giants attacked Bryn Chandler, and our group, in particular me, were
Oh wow!
to dissuading the attack.
That's fair. That's true. Well, you could certainly see if you get have a meeting with ladies. Let's see, what's her name? Something Silverhand. Lady Laryl Silverhand. I'll put that in the chat. That's the current open lord of Waterdeep. My orders come directly from her to come out here and make sure nobody tries anything with this cloud giant tower.
What do you say, gang? You want to go talk to Lady Silverhand?
Yeah, sure. She seems maybe helpful. Let's check her
yeah.
out
Bring us
Okay.
to her at once,
if you can,
please.
please.
Yeah, he can. This guy's out of his element. It's probably like his second day. He's just like, yeah, I guess I can do that. He doesn't know the protocols. So, Laryl Silverhand is actually currently at a place called Blackstaff Tower. And so he leads you all there. Blackstaff Tower is this old, I think, Mage's Tower. It was the so and it's one of the most recognizable parts of it's in the castle ward of Waterdeep.
Don't have to tell me twice.
That's true. This is all redundant information for Cameron.
Honestly, we
so
probably
yeah,
have an
so-
unfair advantage.
I know
and
everything
you're-
about Waterdeep.
Yeah, and you are actively pushing against the crowd that's all going towards this tower up in the sky, right? You're going in the opposite direction. And you see other guards are like actively trying to like maintain some sort of order. But yeah, so you enter the tower and you're led up to a small old room, sort of like almost like a boardroom kind of thing. Like it's with a long table in the center, and Laeral Silverhand is at the end, and then there are a bunch of other officers there.
Just gonna casually cast guidance on myself.
Go for it. Nice. Yeah, so the guard that's leading you just kind of like he like knocks on the door and walks in, and Laeral Silverhand sort of like her eyeline snaps over and makes eye contact with him, and suddenly he's like, "Wait a second, I maybe shouldn't have done this. Maybe, but it's too late now." He's like, I have people who say they've dealt with giants before. They were just out on the street near the tower, and they asked if they could meet with you, so I brought them here." And she just like looks like very skeptical. Like she's just like, who is this person? Why is
Just
she?
random people from the street.
Yeah. But she ultimately she looks at sort of the her second in charge that's there, and they make eye contact, and he literally just like shrugs his shoulders and she's like, "Come in, I guess. This is relatively unprecedented. You say you have experience with dealing with giants."
I whisper to the group, now would be a good time to bring up the beans.
Beans.
Cool
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah, we do have experience. We helped deal with the giant attack on Bryn Shander a few weeks ago, I think.
At this point, it's been a couple weeks with all the travel. Yeah.
So we were hoping that maybe we could help if the frost giant or if the cloud giants are a problem. Which, I mean, I don't know why their tower's floating above the city, but it's usually not to just say hello and get some beans.
Real shit.
Yeah, we're not quite sure of their motives. They've sent a message saying that they simply want to meet with me, but we're not quite sure if that's a good idea. Did you have any experience interacting with these giants? What kind of giants were they? They were up in Bryn Shander. Frost giants. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, those are much more aggressive than cloud giants. If
Oh, cloud
my
giants are
readings
less
are-
aggressive. That's good.
Yeah, we know lots about giants. We already knew that.
The frost giants did not want to talk. They wanted to smash.
Well, they
Not in a
briefly
good
wanted
way
to talk.
either.
They talked eventually, but it took some convincing.
And how did you convince them to leave?
Well, they were coming they were looking for a particular person, and that person was not in Bryn Shander, and we were able to procure proof of that.
Do you
So that-
think that these giants are here looking for the same person?
They very well could be. He has a very
They were
valuable thing
looking
on
for
him.
this person because he had an item called the Ring of Winter. I can't imagine that. I mean, it makes sense that the frost giants would want
They're
something
looking for
called-
Artist Simber.
Oh, you
yeah.
don't. Well, that's what. Well, then yeah, the frost giants were looking for him, but he wasn't there. But the cloud giants are probably looking for the ring of the wind or something, right?
Ring of Winter, yeah. Oh, the
No.
ring. Oh, I get where your logic is going.
It's actually the
Didn't
ring of
understand.
condensation.
The ring of condensation.
The
very
ring of the rainy season.
good.
If they find the ring of sublimation, we're all doomed. Any solid matter is at their disposal.
I've sent a courier to fetch Harshnag, a frost giant that is the leader of the force of Gray, that has defended the city in the past. And but we've received no word back yet. But we. So, in your opinion, should I meet with these giants or no?
Probably, because the alternative is they start smashing the city. So, I
You
feel
think
like,
they would do that? You think they would just attack Waterdeep like that?
I
I
mean,
think-
I don't know. The Frost Giants for sure attacked Bryn Shundair.
Maybe these
Well,
ones don't want to
With all
open
due
up with that,
respect,
Maybe these are nicer giants. I hope they are.
but they're looking for something that's awfully worth the investment of fighting.
You should probably have a plan for what you're going to do if they demand a particular person or thing that you have.
I would refuse. That would be ridiculous.
I'm
We
with
are-
you. And in normal situations, I agree. But
I mean,
I
how many giants could be up there?
lots.
3?
I have no idea. It's kind of hard to tell how big the tower is from way down here.
It can surely. I mean, we would sustain losses, but they can't overtake the city of Waterdeep.
This is a pretty big city, right?
Yeah, it's like
It's massive.
think
I mean,
New York City size.
yeah, I'd say Waterdeep is definitely in better shape militarily compared to Bryn Shundair.
Well, yeah, we have the protection of the Lord's Alliance.
Oh yeah, the good old Lord's Alliance.
They did a lot for Bryn Shundair.
Hey!
Just toss him.
Well, maybe if Bryn Shundair contributed a bit more, they would get protection in return.
We'll have to bring that up with Duvessa if we ever see her again.
at the next council meeting. We're very connected.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we gotta at least talk to them, right? What's the alternative?
I don't know. That's what we were hoping Harshnag would have some insight,
Well,
but we
where's-
don't know if we can wait long enough for him to. I mean, usually he's very punctual.
You
Well,
said
how,
he's a frost giant?
He's a
frost
frog
giant
giant. Yeah, he's
that lives here.
There's definitely something up with that then.
he lives in a place called. Let me get the. He lives up in the mountains north of here,
Damn, where we just came from.
like that. You're the ones like immediately that way. They're called the Sword Mountains. Wow, very clever.
Mhm.
He's required by his duties to be available to us.
If he lives in the mountains, it might take him a while to get down here, right?
Oh, he has transportation.
What kind of transportation?
He also has a griffin.
Have to be a pretty big griffin.
It's the normal size.
He wears 2 griffins like rocket shoes.
I like that visual.
No, he has a gigantic wolf that he rides.
Damn, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
I might be more worried about the gigantic wolf than the giants.
I would be worried about the giant who has a gigantic wolf who is late to the meeting.
Harshnag has been incredibly loyal to us all this time. You don't think he would, whatever this. We're not quite sure. You seem invested in this giant problem, and we've heard about these attacks all across the coast. I mean, you wouldn't think, obviously you don't know him, but you wouldn't think Harshnag has been loyal to this town for decades, centuries even. He wouldn't turn on us now, would he?
Immortality.
To rule out the possibility.
How long do frost giants live?
A couple hundred years.
Okay, and you just said loyal for centuries. Think about the implication of a couple of hundred years versus loyal for centuries. The loyalty ends soon no matter what.
I mean, we shouldn't distrust them just because of their race. That would be.
I'm not saying because of their race. I'm saying
Let's
because
give
of the imminent death that is faced by all.
But what if they don't attack us?
I'm
Would
not
you
saying we
all-
just attack them, but I'm saying we definitely have reason to be suspicious.
Would you all then be willing to investigate?
Yeah,
And
I'd
who-
love
wait,
to.
wait, wait.
The frost giant guy.
Yeah, harsh
I
night.
feel like if you have a good relationship with him and you feel so good about it, you should just say, "Hey, can you come down? And if he does anything sketchy, we'll be here."
I
Well,
mean, we sent
they
a
did.
courier when
Oh,
the,
okay.
well, they used magic courier. He's supposed to have been here by now. Bottom line.
Okay.
So, are you gonna just tell the cloud giants to wait until we get back?
If we can hold that long, yes. I mean, I know it's
I mean, we'll
maybe
go with
we could send somebody up to just greet them. But
Send-
definitely, I don't want to make any decisions without Harshnag's insight. If it's available to us, if not, then I mean, we might have even bigger problems on our hands, and we'll have to come up with a new plan entirely.
Do you have an
tell
efficient
you
form of communication we could use with you?
Oh yes, absolutely. She has Cameron, what are those things called?
Paper birds.
Paper birds, yeah. So paper birds
I like the. I know what's up.
are they're basically like you write a note on a piece of paper and then you fold it up and then it flies and yeah.
That's neat.
And she will
Nice.
give you 10 of them right now.
Damn.
Can I get I'm sorry, your name so that if I have to get in contact with you.
I'm
Tony.
mannequin number 5, and I hold out my hand.
She
have
she
a-
gives you a firm shake.
Word. Hell yeah.
Hey, guys, do we have a group name? I feel like we should have a group name.
Should have a group name. You guys should come up with a group name.
I'm
I
not
can
sure.
only ever think of one group name, so I don't know. The
that
Suicide
group
Squad
name
is.
It's a good bet.
I think it's so funny.
How about something badass like Iron Maiden T-shirt?
What's a T-shirt?
I don't know, but it sounds cool.
With a three-bolt
What's the
move.
one album that I had the T-shirt for them? That you stole from me.
Oh my god, what?
It's
What the
yeah, it's
fuck?
true. Jess stole it.
You stole my Iron Maiden shirt.
What?
Like,
Oh my god, I remember that!
I started something. I'm sorry.
We'll work on a group. We'll work on a group name for sure.
I don't actually remember it, but I remember it in concept.
So yeah, so her plan is she's gonna try to send up
Wow.
somebody just to basically try to hold them off, comfort them, say we're arranging a meeting now, like for soon, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna work with you, blah 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 blah, while you all investigate.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Let's actually see how long. And she will tell you. So his residence is supposed to actually be in the northern part, right where it meets this forest here. The forest is called. Nobody knows what it's called. It's a mystery.
It's unavailable. Sorry.
Every cartographer who tries to name it dies.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's called.
I passed out every time when I tried to make a map of hell.
Yeah, I tried to make it. Yeah. The woods are just called Westwood.
Ooh.
There's a great HBO show that fell off.
Yeah, so let's take a moment here and see travel-wise what we're looking at. Wait, is that right? Yeah, it is. That's really far away. I don't believe you, Adventure.
What is?
That's 100 miles away.
Where does it say?
So
Well-
from Waterdeep, right,
Mhm.
up to this forest.
That's what the map says.
Is
Shit.
it a closer forest?
Fuck.
All right, new plan. They're Little Silverhand's like, I was being foolish. There's no way you could get there in time.
That's ridiculous that you even
We'll have to,
offered.
we'll have to deal with this crisis now and
Well-
find Harshnag.
Do you have any magic users that could teleport us there?
Oh, absolutely, she does.
So
This woman really does
if
not
it's
have
really
much
important, then we might need some access to teleportation abilities.
That is true. So she could definitely teleport you in the area. They don't have a teleportation circle set up, so it would be just the teleportation spell. But is that what you guys?
It's either that or we just wing it.
Well, would they be able to come with us to teleport us back?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. I didn't know if they were just gonna launch us somewhere and just.
She looks at the guard that brought all of you there, and she's like, "Make yourself useful. Go get Eldof." And he scurries out of the room. And you all wait for a couple of minutes until a gnomish gentleman, presumably Eldolf, comes in. Says, "Okay, I hear we're heading up into Westwood to search for Harshnag.
Correct.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
All right, everybody, put your hands in the circle."
Hua!
He sticks his hand out,
And do it.
and he just holds that for a moment. He's like, "All right, good. This is a good team. This is a good team. All right, I'm going to cast the spell now." And he takes you all to a separate room. He moves all the furniture away and starts drawing with chalk on the ground. And then is going to teleport you. So somebody roll a D100 for me.
Oof.
I have
Okay.
the speed and efficiency of a cheetah.
That was really fast.
I just
Number
clicked.
better or
On the top left, there's like a.
Somebody roll a D100 again.
Well, let someone else do it.
I'll do it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Too bad.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's a
so
0.
You don't want 0. Okay, so first of all, everybody takes. So the first one was a mishap. So everybody takes. Ouch! 24 damage as you feel yourself. It's like the classic like movie teleportation thing where you're like going through, like flying through as things shift all around you. Like in what movie? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I think, or whatever, where they're like all different shapes and stuff. So yeah, so you all take 24 damage.
Ow.
Jeez
But
Louise.
then we're okay. We've done it.
Yay.
So you find yourself at the bottom of a path that is going to leads up this mountain essentially.
Mhm.
So you're like, whoops, let me get. You guys are around here on the map at this point. It's not precise enough, but you get the idea. And Eldolf is like, well, he's up there, supposedly.
Thanks,
Time
Adolf.
to meet the giant, the
So
wonderful giant.
You're
Love
you're
it.
looking for a big, tall guy with an axe, and he's got like this helmet.
The helmet of clouds.
No. He wears the skull of a white dragon as a helmet.
Oh shit.
Pretty badass.
Pretty difficult to miss, and also the giant wolf.
That should also be difficult to miss.
Although he's unfortunately he's not much of a fighter. He's gonna hang back and essentially hold the teleportation spell to take you back. So he's like, so if you get into a pinch or something goes wrong, just run for it, and I'll be here and I'll be ready to get us out.
All right.
Everybody, hand in the center.
All right.
This feels good. This feels good. This feels good.
I agree.
Off you go. Make me the new leader of this group proud. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm with it.
So yeah, do you guys start heading up the path?
If we're not back
Yep.
in a day, find help.
I'm supposed to wait a day.
It shouldn't take that long, I don't think. But
But don't just leave us. you
hopefully
know?
we're not back within like a reasonable amount of time. Send help. If you can cast a message spell, maybe like
Oh, he can, yeah.
see if you
Why
get
can't
first
you just come
before
with
you
us?
go panicking. But in general, don't
I
worry.
think you're all gonna be fine. I don't think we have to worry about any of this.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're confident.
I'm gonna cast the second wind thing, which is totally a spell. All of you get 7 HP back.
Oh, nice.
You guys, wait. Is everybody not at full HP?
We just had a mishap.
You dropped 20 during
Oh, the mishap. The mishap.
So
That's
24 health. How much was it?
7?
7.
Before we get into things, I'll give everybody a bardic inspiration die as well.
Whoa. Big
Use it
ups.
wisely, please.
right. I do think they only last for a little bit.
Just kidding then.
I would hold on. I think it's only 10. It's 10 minutes.
Never mind. I wanted to be prepared. Never mind.
Never mind. None of you got
It
anything.
was a good idea. It was a good idea. It's not long.
Bard would become
after
the
you
most
start-
broken class even more.
Oh yeah, if you just if you as you're climbing, walking up this path, it's not long before you hear and feel the ground start to shake underneath you. Up ahead, there's clearly, even though it sounds distant, there's clearly some battle going on. What do you all
Oh,
do? Do
baby.
you all do you run towards it? Do you run away? Do you just see if it
I,
comes to you?
I think we should send a flying paper bird to the wizard guy if we're out of earshot, and then go for it. I don't know about you guys.
Sorry, Dave was just yelling down. Can you repeat what we just saw?
So as you're walking up this path, before it even really turns into mountain, you're still mostly in forest, it's before like the tree line breaks really.
Mhm.
You can already hear up ahead the sounds of stomping and battle, and the ground is shaking underneath you under the weight of whatever it is that's having this fight up ahead.
Hmm.
I agree. Send the paper bird to let him know what's good and let's go.
Yup.
Okay. So as you're all running up, you quickly you sort of come around a bend, and you see, sure enough, a frost giant with the skull of a white dragon that he's wearing and an axe. I'll send the art for him because it's pretty cool in my opinion. Boom.
Ooh.
Except
nice
he's
picture.
running. And directly behind him, less than 100 feet away, are 2 winter wolves and a bunch of other frost giants that seem to be chasing him, and he's running down the path towards you.
Oh, shit.
Away from all of them. Here, I'm gonna move you guys over. Ba-ba-da-da. Daisy, get more like on the map, please. There we go.
So wait, he's running.
He's running, and you recognize though the two wolves are like on these big leashes, and the frost giant is like holding them back. Clearly they're not like they're having fun with this. Harshnag looks sort of bloodied, and he's exhausted as he's trying to run away. And you recognize the one holding the leash as the frost giant from Bryn Shandair.
Oh shit.
Her name was Druffy, if you remember.
Did not.
What do you all do?
Harshnag, we're here to help.
He immediately he like skids to a stop, pulls his axe off of his back, and then just immediately goes, "All right then, let's go!" and grabs and is gonna start charging the wolves. Everybody roll initiative.
All right, let's go.
Oh, jeez.
I wanted to
Oh,
make sure that
jeez,
he was
man.
trying to kill us.
I don't know if we should have just like maybe gotten in the teleportation circle.
I forgot to select my token.
What a nerd.
Yeah.
I guess we could have been like, we have a teleportation circle, run with us.
We could still do that maybe, but it's less likely for him to survive at this point.
Do I need a token?
Unless we do it right away.
Hold on, let's see. Where are you? Who is this on this? Get out of here. Get out of here.
You attempted to use a roll command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
Interesting.
Oh, there they are. I couldn't find the tokens.
Should I re-roll or
What did you get? You got an 8.
8? I'll do it. I'll re-roll.
Here and there. Okay, so I've got Mannequin, I've got Nemo, Daisy. I have Daisy twice for some reason. Everything's going haywire. Tony. I have a 17. It looks like it didn't clear correctly from before. Cameron, did you roll?
Yeah, I thought I did. Was it not on there? Oh, I see.
But I rolled.
Oh, it might have. It's set. The macro was for some reason is set to GM roll. So yeah, you're good. You're in there at a 16. So why are there these other people? Okay.
More people.
Descending. Okay, so Nemo, Daisy, Tony. Nemo is not a 22. Nemo is a 16.
It's his only eye.
Harshnag, Breeze, Mannequin. So I've got everybody.
Wait, where am I?
Mannequin number 5 is an 8.
I don't see myself on the.
You don't see yourself on the order?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, neither do I.
I do not see.
I see
Okay.
Breeze Vaderson too. His name.
That's me.
Okay. This has happened once before, and I don't remember how I fixed it.
I don't.
Here's what we're
remember.
going to do. If everybody's okay with this, I'm going to click remove all turns, and then we're just going to try again.
Okay.
This.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I don't care.
Clear all. Okay. Go for it. And I'm going to wait to roll mine until you all.
Same roll. How fun.
Better one.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing who? Nemo. Boom. Okay, you're all in there. Now I'll roll all of mine. Okay, fair enough. Everybody's in there. I've got. Do I have all of my people? Yeah. Harshnag, you're killing me. You rolled a 1 that time. Daisy, what do you do?
All right. they freaking out a little bit. Is it 5 feet per tile?
Yep, each one is 5 feet.
Oh, we're not.
You'll find in general maps are going to be pretty big because they have to be able to have giants on them. So
That makes
we're going to run into this a lot.
Let me check the range of shatter. 60 feet. Uh, Alright, I'd like to. Oh god. I want to get into range to use some spells, but I don't want to get too far into range. So this ridge, right? This is, I mean, artistically, this is a ridge. Does this
Yeah.
actually play a role?
I'll say going like down or up one is difficult terrain, but besides that, no.
Okay. I moved 5, 10, 15. And then what is this? 20, 30?
Seems fine to me.
Oh wait, my speed's only 20. I don't know if I'm in range. My longest range is 60 feet. I don't think I'm in range of anything that I would cast. So I'm going to. Is there like am I able to like ready for
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. What do you want
ready?
already?
And I also want to give a bardic inspiration die to Tony. And that's gonna be my turn.
What do you? So to ready something, you have to ready like a specific action with a specific trigger,
Is there, like, a thing
right?
where, like if I were to get attacked when I'm in like or like a defensive stance or something like that.
Okay.
Is that a
Uh,
thing?
It can be. It is now.
I'll do it.
And Tony, you're up.
All right, let's put that bardic inspiration down to work. I am also not in range of my extended range hand axes, so we're gonna use the power of words. I'm gonna look. Druffy is her name.
Yeah, that's this
Okay.
one here.
I'm gonna yell to her. I had a phrase. I don't know. You're
You're toast.
Nah, I don't know. For someone so big, you're not brave enough to fight one-on-one, bitch. I hate you. You suck.
What's your? Are you like trying to?
Uh, my actual goal there is kind of like provoke into like evening these odds somehow. My
Gotcha.
brain is not working great.
Make a persuasion check. I will say it's gonna be a difficult one, but you could maybe goad her into something. She's certainly prideful, right?
Right. So I have expertise on persuasion. Couldn't figure out how to set it up. So just
Ooh,
add
I can
3
do
to
that
whatever
right
this roll
now.
is.
So
Okay, so that's
26.
gonna
Okay, that's pretty
be
good.
26. But I also am gonna add the bardic inspiration die
Oh shit!
just in
Yeah.
case. It's a D8, Josh.
I believe so. Let me double check though. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I rolled a D8.
Nice. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is
So
in the context of, but we're
28.
You're good.
Wait,
Okay.
no, 31. 31.
hell yeah.
31. And I set up the expertise, so when you roll it, it should show up
Okay,
correctly
sweet.
next time.
Thank you.
So she definitely hears you. And looks to be pondering. We'll see what she does on her turn, but that is definitely she's gonna do something with that. Breeze.
So wait, what were you persuading? You were trying to.
I'm sorry, the words were not out there great, but like basically like, oh, you're attacking this guy 4-on-1, like how cowardly. Why don't you be a real warrior?
Did I see any significant reaction to this?
She definitely kind of like freezes up for a second, and it hurts her pride a bit.
Ha! Your
Yeah.
stupid pride, lame. Fucking loser.
Like,
Sorry.
are the rest of them still like seeming to be attacking? Like. you
Oh
know?
yeah, the rest of them are still charging for sure. She's still mostly trying to hold back these wolves,
All right.
but the rest of them are clearly.
I'm just gonna yell out, Harshnag, come with us. And
Okay. So you wanna just try to run?
yeah, not loving the odds here.
Yeah, it sounds like the move.
And then I'm gonna use minor illusion, and I'm gonna put it right like as far as I can get it. So like somewhere over here. And I want to make it like a 5-foot cube, so like a little tiny frost giant that looks like her, the big one,
Yeah.
that's just kind of sitting on the ground sucking its thumb.
Sam just did a babality in Dungeons and Dragons. Interesting. All right. Just continuing on then, Nemo Winterbelly.
I'll move over here with the others, and I'm also probably not going to engage like too much, but if we're piling on the insult train, I'll say something like, "Oh yeah, you're all ganging up on this guy. You're a bunch of cowards. Like last time, you when you run to the hills, we are Iron Maiden T-shirt."
That was really funny.
And then I'll ready a dodge action. That's it.
Okay. Wolf is still being Druffy is now working even harder to hold them back, and she's like, heal, like trying to get them to stop. We'll just keep going. See, now all the giants are confused. They're like, are we doing like a duel thing, like an honorary duel, or are they running, or are we continuing to chase them? So he just like looks at Druffy and he's like, what do I do? And she's like, I don't know. And he goes, fuck it, and he throws a rock.
This is Agni Kai.
At let me double check his.
Oh shit! When you said throw a rock, I wasn't ready for 32 damage.
Yeah, he takes this boulder that's right here. Also, that's not how that's supposed to be.
See, boulder and rock, very different words.
Yeah, so that misses Harshnag. Harshnag literally, the rock's coming at him, and he takes his axe, like it's like a big boulder, and cuts it out of the air, like with his axe.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
Hold on, let me fix it so that they are not. Maybe. Hello. Frost Giant. Set to.
Stun.
Always. There we go. Do same thing. Also a 16 to hit against Harshnag. So yeah, he just the first one he cuts it in half. The second one he ducks under and it slams into the ground a couple feet away from all of you, and you just realize how big these rocks are that these guys are able to throw. Mannequin number 5, what are you doing?
So if they're just still fighting, I'm just gonna go for a shatter here.
Okay.
They're still fighting, right? Like they're not stopping.
So Druffy's clearly trying to hold back the wolves, but the other giants are clearly still fighting. Druffy looks conflicted. She's not. Basically, I'll say if she'll have a conversation with you to set up. If you stay and like look to fight, but if you run, then all bets are off, and they're all gonna come after you. I'll just say mechanically, that's how that's gonna work. Right? They're not gonna let you go. What about an honorable fight?
No, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And then you turn tail and run, right?
Okay, so
it's gotta
she
be
is
either
willing
or.
to talk.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I'll just say that.
and all right,
Got a
so
31 or whatever, for God's sake.
can I ready my action if Droofy doesn't stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to
Then you
ready a
wanna
shatter
ready
on the
shatter?
wolves if she doesn't stop on her turn. So I don't want it to have anything to do with the frost giant before her, or the cloud giant before, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna. I'll just for to keep things simple. We'll just. They're all she's holding the wolf back. The other giant's looking at her and is like, "What do you want to do?" Druffy's like, she's like pulls on the leash and the wolves are yanked back by the neck and sort of whimper a little bit. And she's like, "All right, what would you consider a fair fight?"
How bloody does Harshnag look?
He looks not great.
Okay.
He's just about bloodied. He's at, I'll just say numbers wise, he's at 102 out of 204.
Okay. Hmm. I look at all of us, kind of like gauge our height and say, why don't you pick on people collectively your own size?
Hey.
What are we supposed to do if the people that are causing the problems for us are not our own size?
Talk it out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
There was no Artist Timber in Waterdeep. And the
You
Cloud
check.
Giants wouldn't let us approach even if we wanted to.
you went to Waterdeep,
We tried.
but the cloud giants wouldn't let you get close.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I can't quite throw a rock 1,000 feet. Although I would, believe me, I tried.
Maybe you got to work on the old throwing arm.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you
good
recognize
idea.
us.
And picks up a rock and then like fakes like she's gonna throw it at you.
I don't know if you
Are we-
recognize.
Are we
this,
doing turns right
but
now, or are we just kind of talking?
No, we're just talking. We're talking.
I'm just gonna cast message to Harshnag.
Yeah.
Quietly be like, "We can get the fuck out of here if you're down."
Harshnag thinks you can take him.
He's like, "Nah."
It
I mean,
seems like
he'll
this
go if you
area-
really want him to go. Then
We don't
he'll
have to.
go. But he is one. He'll actually respond. He's like, I've killed like 6 of them thus far.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
It seems like this is gearing up to be combat.
What do you say we? I mean, we can.
I mean,
It's up to you.
we can.
Really, at this point, my question is, Sean, would you guys you're not. I don't think you're gonna get TPK'd by this. Like, don't actually be
Okay.
worried. So, if you want to fight. If you want to run. I'm okay with either one. But I don't want you guys to feel like you can't play the game Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, we're not gonna run to the hills.
I haven't done that since 1998, I think.
I mean, we can fight it out. I'm kind of down. I'm kind of sick of these guys.
Yeah, let's be the warrior.
That was the remaster, yeah.
No, it's the trooper. I'm an idiot.
No, it
Oh, Danny. All right, so
If that's what we're doing, then I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
yeah, you're looking back and forth, and Harshnag goes, "Yeah, fuck this," and then charges at the wolves.
This is about to be a massacre. We are Iron Maiden t-shirt.
Charges, picks up one of the wolves.
How many? Would you say 666, the number of the beast? Okay, I'm done.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Of all the
technically,
songs.
whether it was the game, he has to do this versus there. Okay, yeah, he picks up one of the wolves and literally just grabs it and slams it into the ground on the other side of him,
Ooh.
and then takes his great axe and cuts in. Gets a roll at advantage. 28 to hit. Actually, let's make Harshnag available for you guys to see. Let's just have it the opposite to how the adventure was. He did 19 slashing damage to this wolf. Never whisper rolls. Boom. That's gonna be Harshnag. Daisy, you're up.
So all of these are coming at us now. All the giants.
I think so, probably, yeah. They seem most interested in. I mean, they came here for Harshnag for whatever reason, right? I don't. At this point, the most animosity they have towards all of you is that you insulted them, and also that they know you from Bryn Shondair. But clearly, they're here for Harshnag for some reason.
We'll talk about a tall order, right?
Hey!
Hey,
All right.
Josh, hallowed be thy name. Alright, I'm going off the top 10 songs on Apple Music now. I'm cheating.
"I'll Be Thy Name" is a great song.
It is a good song. I just forgot its existence.
All right. I'm gonna climb up here. I think I can
Okay.
probably get to like here-ish.
Cool.
And like, I'm trying to get in range to use some spells,
Spells are good.
but we're so far because giants and stuff.
I guess to be fair, probably those giants on their turns did move up, right?
Mhm.
A little bit. So we'll go like that.
Fuck up.
Fair enough, yeah.
Oops. I don't think charm person. Does that work on giants?
Technically no, but I think I did let it happen last time for Sam, so I'll say you can go for it.
No, actually, no. All right. This one right there, I'm gonna use dissonant whispers. I want to
Okay.
as far away as possible.
Gotcha. So he makes a wisdom save. Yep.
Yeah.
They're not very wise. That's an 8.
That's gonna hit.
So he takes 7 damage. What do you whisper to him?
I whisper.
You left the oven on.
That's a great
And
Iron Maiden
then-
song.
And then does he uses his reaction to move speed?
He has to use its reaction if available to move as far as the speed allows away from me, not
got
into
this for you.
obviously this crowd.
Okay, yeah. So he's like he throws the rock. He's running forward. Immediately stops, falls to his knees, turns around and picks himself back up, and then he's gonna
He's gonna run to the hills.
he's running to the hills.
Third time's a charm.
Boom. There. That's fine.
Dun, 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 dun.
and-
Give me my bass.
My bonus action, I'm gonna give Reese bardic inspiration. I'm gonna do a little dance. I'm happy.
All right, Tony.
All right. I'm gonna look at wait, ping him. It's this guy right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, hey, why don't you come down here, see how tough you are one on one instead of throwing rocks like a little sissy man.
Oh, he's coming.
I'm super verbose these days. All right, well, I'm coming to him. You look out, sir. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody get ready.
To drive.
Yeah, liquor store and stuff. Can I try throwing in some axes at the wolf, I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
So
Get
yeah,
ready
it's like looking there. It's wounded from being literally slammed and then cut open with this great axe by Harshnag. Go ahead, roll to hit.
You know, I would be upset for it, but I'm really just already upset for Harshnag's wolf that's clearly not around right now. So,
Oh shit.
all right.
Yeah. So obviously both the 28 that's the natural 20, but the 16 also hits.
Nice.
Um,
So, okay.
damage. Cool. Boom. It that the wolf is already more than bloodied.
Woo! Cool.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
I got.
Yeah. Breeze.
All right, I'm going to cast Confusion
Ooh.
on a 10-foot radius sphere that kind of goes like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So they all make wisdom saves.
Yup. Against a 15.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Druffy. It's a 9.
Not gonna do it.
Okay, so she is confused. What's a good confused? We had one at some point. Whatever. Sure. Boom. Okay, then this wolf.
I like this loud meowing.
It's
Yeah,
a 5, so that's also confused.
I like to think it's the death throes of the wolf on the ground.
Trying to get Jinx.
Yeah.
Huh?
Trying to get Jinx.
Boom.
Oh.
And then it also hits this giant over here. Rough going. We rolled a 9, a 5, and a 10. So, all right. And with that, they're all confused. Anything as a bonus action or anything?
Nope.
Cool.
I'm gonna move actually.
There you go.
Okay.
Just gonna move over to this ridge.
Okay. Nemo Winterbelly.
I'm gonna move on this opposite side of this thing where Breeze and Tony
Yeah.
are, and I'm gonna do a longbow attack
Okay.
on the wolf
Cool. Roll to hit.
with planar warrior.
Absolutely hits. For 13 damage. Okay, yeah. Harshnag is still kind of like holding it in place and it's like trying to wrestle free, and your arrow just goes right in the side of its neck. Go ahead, roll to hit again.
All right, my second one.
Hell yeah. It's living, but not by much. Any more movement? Bonus action?
I
you
use my
use
bonus
your
action,
planar
but
warrior.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Then this winter wolf. So Druffy in her confusion kind of loses her grip on the the leash, and so it comes out and it's gonna attack Harshnag.
Wasn't it confused too?
Oh, it's confused as well. You're right. So roll d10 for me.
Okay. D10.
4.
It does not move.
Okay. Yeah, the leash drops and it just kind of does the thing where like dogs like walk around and then just sort of sits down. Boom. This guy's not confused,
But he's
but he did just run away, frightened. Oh, so he doesn't have his. No, he used the rest of his movement on that, so he gets his movement back. Duh. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna attack with his great axe twice. Natural 1.
Yo.
It just goes wide and gets like stuck in this little ridge here. Can't quite get it out right now, so he just goes and punches Harshnag in the face. No, he doesn't. He misses. He tries, but Harshnag like effortlessly knocks it away while he's still holding down this other wolf.
God, I love this man.
Harshnag's awesome. This guy's confused. Roll another d10 for me, Sam.
Let's do it. No. It gets to move normally.
He gets to move normally.
And they do get to make saves at the end of their turn.
That's true. Yeah, let me make them for
The wolf.
first for the wolf. They're so bad at wisdom that I don't even think about it. Yeah, 10. Not gonna do it. Gonna. I think at this point though, still also gonna just attack Harshnag, right? Like, oh no, the two sides of the same coin here. The other one was a natural 1. This one's a natural 20, dealing 50 damage to Harshnag. Just comes up, and while Harshnag, both of his hands are kind of busy, Harshnag sees it coming, but he can't react in time. Just comes in with his great axe and just like digs really deep into Harshnag's ribs. Minus.
My child.
How's Harshnag looking now?
Well, he was at 102, so now he's at 52.
Alright, could be worse.
Well, at some point we might want to just get him out of here, perhaps against his wishes.
Maybe I should procure some good berries, you know?
I mean, I can
Okay.
get him out of there pretty quickly, but he needs to be willing to come along.
Saving throw, wisdom. Also fails. Can we talk about how this giant right here with the 10 on the confusion into the natural 20? Real hero.
Yeah.
Mannequin
Wow.
number 5.
Okay. I wish I could heal him. One sec. I'm trying to see if I can do this. I don't think I can. Oh wait, I can just hit these 3. Where do I need to move to do that? Barely forward. Okay, I'm just gonna move the little bit forward I need to do. Shatter to hit these 3 people here.
Okay. So they all make con saves.
Yeah.
Starting
Oh, it just doesn't tell me my spell save DC. Thanks.
with
It's with,
Druffy.
it's with charisma, right? For sorcery?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what? It's 12.
12. It's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus your charisma.
So 14. Not great.
14. Yeah, they are pretty good with Constitution. So that's a success from Druffy, but she still takes half.
Better than nothing.
And then the wolf, right? That's a failure, so it's going to take the full. And then this one. No way. This giant is the least favorite. He rolled another natural one,
You stupid idiot.
so he takes the full. Nice. Anything else?
No. Just give me 2 more levels, and I'll start wreaking havoc, I swear to God.
All right. This wolf here. It's on its last legs. I think it and now it's finally free of its master. It's gonna disengage and it starts taking off this way and like
What do you think it's doing?
Well, the direction it's going, like with this terrain,
oh this wait well I guess that isn't down. It has to be up.
I would say it's. Oh no, I think it could still get up there. I was just saying, where is it going? What is
Yeah,
it
what
doing?
kind of
Oh, it's running for
terrain-
its life.
It's running for its life, you say.
Yeah.
In shreds, you say.
Oh, there's okay. There's
And how is his wife?
this is a nightmare. Okay, this one here. Oh, this is the one that got taunted by Tony.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fight. Unless you're gonna win.
Wait, hold on. He was. We'll just say there. This is an easy way to do this. Get to there.
Perfect.
So yeah, there's these little brushes here, right? And just like stomps through them. Unfortunately though, he can't get within. Well, what's his reach? There's no way it's 15.
Does he have a glaive?
No, he has an axe. So yeah, range is reach 10 feet. So yeah, there's no way he can get it. So unfortunately, he looks really sad about it. But he is gonna have to throw a rock at you.
I tut as loud as I can.
He rolled a 12, so I assume that misses. It just he lobs it as he's running, and it just lands barely to your left. And you kind of just step off to the side as you're approaching, weapon drawn. Druffy here is next up, and she is confused. So Sam's gonna roll another D10.
Come on, get a good one. All right, does
Nothing. So she sees her wolf sit down, and she just like looks around and goes, and then sits down like cross-legged, and is just kind of sitting there and waiting. All right, Harshnag, it's time to start doing business. He is gonna attack. Wait, is this one still? Yeah, this one should still be confused, right? Oh,
Which
it is
one?
still there. It is still there. Okay. He's smart enough that realistically the confused one shouldn't be a problem. That was, even though it did just hit him. So he is gonna attack twice with Gert's great axe. The one up on top of him up here. 18's gonna hit for 20. And 20's gonna hit for 29.
Oh shit.
Nice.
And suddenly this giant's not looking so great.
Which one was that? I'm sorry.
This one.
Okay,
I was
okay.
putting to that one. Daisy Ditzeldorf.
I almost feel bad because they're all confused and stuff. But like at the same time, I'm
Shit.
terrified.
Guys, I can't actually get him out quickly. I lied.
All right, we just gotta kill him all then.
Yeah, if he goes down, could be trouble.
All right.
Well, somebody has some kind of healing, right?
I
have
can procure
healing
some good
word.
berries.
I have healing word. It does 1d4 plus my spell
You
count.
could get him to full.
I guess I could pass that at a higher level though. Well, no, it's actually.
Unconscious.
9th level healing word.
I don't know. Is it even worth it?
I'd
I
say
would
if you
think if
have
he
a
goes
9th
down-
level
If
spell
he goes
slot,
unconscious, maybe
drop
next
it.
turn.
What's that?
Like you healing him now isn't really gonna help.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. All right. Can I? Am I able to get like a shatter in like right here to hit these three guys?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, they all make con saves. There's already like a crater there, right, from mannequin's shatter. And you just deepen it even more.
I like to
Um,
imagine when I use shatter, I just do like a really obnoxious like toot on my bagpipes.
yeah. That's a success for Druffy.
Damn.
What is it? DC 15. Wolf is gonna fail. If this guy rolls another natural one, we're gonna have problems. No, it's 17. Okay, so 10 thunder damage to this wolf. And 5 and 5. It all adds up though. And anything is a bonus action.
I think I'll just ready a dodge in case a boulder comes my way.
You technically can't ready a dodge as a bonus action.
Damn. Then I'll just like look cute and stuff. Play the bagpipes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Tony, let's see what you can if you can fuck up this giant.
He's already dead. I'll tell you that much. Let me go. Lord, please, God, I hope I can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, there I am. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my sword, which you've never seen done before, and I'm gonna swing it right at like where the shin meets the ankle, because that's all I can reach.
Okay. 11's not
Oh
gonna hit,
boy,
unfortunately.
natural 2.
That'll do it. There we go.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll 1d6.
Okay.
All right, so that's 15 slashing. Haha.
Nice.
And that's it for now. I'm just warming up.
Just warming up, exactly. Breeze.
Okay. I'm gonna start moving a little bit.
Okay.
I'll go approximately there, and then I'm gonna shoot 2 Eldritch blasts at this one.
Nice.
Let's see. First Eldritch blast.
Yeah, so you're sort of like the smoky projectile comes out and hits him square in the face, right above the beard, and he takes a nice 12?
12.
Hell yeah. Go again. Go for it.
Eldritch blast. Ooh,
16 will also hit for
God.
another 10
All right, I'm just holding concentration on.
on confusion. Yeah, absolutely. Nemo Winterbelly.
I'm going to come up next to Tony. I'm gonna get melee range now,
Okay.
Woo!
and I'm gonna, we're just gonna fucking attack, baby. Here we go.
I'm ready.
You ready? It's happening.
A 12's not going to do it.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna go again.
A 23 is going to do it. And I think Planar Warrior, it's the next time you hit.
Oh, is that how? Wait, let me look.
Double check, but I think so.
Oh yeah, it says the next time you hit. So if I miss the first one, I guess it accounts for the second
Yeah,
one.
so I'll just call it a nice 10.
Hey.
yeah, you come up and as you're walking up, you realize how much larger this giant is than you, and you go, and then you take your short sword and you stab it into his foot.
Yes, with the flash of the blade from the album Power Slave in 1984.
The album was such a good touch.
This wolf is still confused, Sam.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna roll its saving throw. This has been a lot of these, right? Because last time you cast it, the one guy kept,
Yeah, they keep on being able to do things.
and that, I'm gonna be honest, is gonna be a devastating one. Because it's gonna come right here. Hold on, let me get. I go like this, will it? Ooh, it's gonna need to get a little closer. Maybe it goes here. It definitely has enough movement. I need Nemo and Tony to both make Constitution saving throws.
Ooh.
I do that every day for breakfast because I don't cook my eggs.
Are you Rocky?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so 8 is not gonna do it, but 26 is. So the
Phew.
wolf rears back and blows out this icy breath. It's gonna be 14 cold damage. Halved for you, Tony.
Yeah, I'm resistant to cold damage.
Ooh. I can find the ice pellets.
And did I make the saving throw?
Wait, how many did you say? How much
Yeah,
damage?
14. Fails the saving throw again. So still confused at least, Sam.
But
Nemo, you took the brunt of the wind for me.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Nemo takes like. Oh god. Okay, more frost giants. This one is not confused, right?
Yep.
He's gonna swing, of course, at Harshnag. That is a 19, which does not hit.
oh yeah.
Harshnag's got some wonderful +3 plate armor, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
daddy.
Harshnag's fucking awesome. Second attack also misses. This is how it was supposed to go. They're not really supposed to be able to hit him. The natural 20 was a bit of a fluke. This one is confused, so Sam roll, and I'll roll a saving throw.
Come on.
Or wisdom.
8. That does something.
Okay. What does it do?
I have to find it. It uses this action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
So I think the only two are the wolf and Harshnag. So roll a d2.
How do I even do that? Let's
Just
see.
slash R d2. Bad news for the wolf. So he attacks with his great. Oh God, Sam, what have you done? So
This
that
is
was
what I
so
wanted.
funny.
No.
The wolf is still there, somewhat pinned to the ground by Harshnag. Is trying to get up, and you just hear a whimper as the axe comes in and chops its head clean off.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
There's wolf guts everywhere.
Nice.
Yikes.
And but he rolled a 20 for his save, so he's no longer confused. I think you got some pretty nice value out of it, though. I would say.
I think so.
Boom. Mannequin number 5.
I cast Shatter here.
So fucking funny. Okay, so it hits the 2 giants.
No, and the wolf.
Oh, I didn't
What?
see where you. I thought.
Bada bow, bada bow, bada bow.
Wow.
Okay. I'll start with the wolf then.
9 damage.
So it did fail its saving throw,
Thank God.
and unfortunately, so it's trying to run away, and the shatter catches just its legs, and there's the explosion of it, this thunderous thing, and the legs go flying off, and the wolf head over or like tumbling down the hill, lands dead.
Oh, jeez.
The other two giants, I like how you guys went for killed the dogs brutally first.
Giant killed its own dog.
That's
first.
true. You can't be responsible for these things. Okay, so the top giant is gonna roll his con save, and he's gonna get drum roll 19. So that's gonna be halved. So he takes full, and then the lower one is gonna make his con save. Also a 19. Boom. This giant here is facing off against Nemo and Tony. And it gets real low, and it's gonna do like a one big sweeping attack against the
Love it.
two of you, which I'm gonna roll as one attack against each of you, if that makes sense.
I'll jump, you duck, and it'll
Yeah.
only hit one of us.
Okay, 11 against Nemo. I don't think that's gonna hit,
No.
and 25 against
Yeah, jumping was a bad call.
jumping was yeah. You leap up into the air and it just catches your leg, and you like go tumbling over yourself, like land flat on your back. It's gonna be 32 slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
Ruffy is still confused. So roll a d10 for me, Sam.
D10, D10. No.
Does it get to does that mean they get to act?
Get to act on
Oh
a
my
9 or a 10.
god.
It's only 20%, but it's happened so much.
More than 20% of the time. Dravi stands up, confidently strolls over to Harshnag, and swings her axe. 13's not going to do it. 11 is not going to do it.
Where's your confidence now?
Yes.
She makes let me make the save for her. 17?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
Cast it again.
Good.
They're all right there.
I was saving my last spell for Dimension Door, but it can't bring someone bigger than me. So
Rep. Harshnag. Harshnag is a confident son of a gun. And he's going to attack the one that he's been attacking. 15 hits for 28. Okay, that's one giant down. Just expertly with the axe. First gets a low blow in under where he's guarding, and gets him in the knee. And as he reaches over to protect his leg that is now bleeding, overhead with the axe straight through the skull.
Oh.
Damn.
Harsh snack.
Daisy Ditzeldorf.
Okay, I'm going to come up. So I feel like these giants here kind of been taking a beating. This guy's pretty well handled. All right, I'm going to cast Shatter back here
Okay.
again to get these guys.
Yeah. All of the terrain at this point has just been shattered to bits. It's a mess. So the top one saving throw. That's Druffy. She rolls a 9.
Nice.
It's a natural 1. So she takes the full damage of 12. And then the bottom one, Constitution. That's a 20, so that's only going to be 6.
Am I able to give a bardic inspiration die to Harshnag?
Absolutely.
I'm doing it.
What do you say to Harshnag to inspire?
Harshnag, listen, buddy. I know we just met, and you got your ass kicked really bad to start. But this is the part if we were in a movie where things would turn around. So I believe in you, and I'll play like a little diddly on my bagpipes, like the
Hell,
Rocky theme, but on my bagpipes.
okay. I love it. Harshnag is looking rough right now, but he is definitely inspired by your words. And hopefully so is Tony Badinsky, who's up next.
Oh, I'm about to put the bad in this guy, Ski.
Hey.
I'm all warmed up now. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be a nat 20. I'm gonna take my sword. I'm gonna swing it at this guy. Oh, perfect.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll them all. And then we'll deal with any ones and twos.
Any, yeah,
I'm
cool.
gonna surge my action. I'm gonna-
Okay, yeah.
No ankles are safe. Oh shit.
God.
Went too
Well,
high too fast.
so the first 3 do hit. So let's do that first. Do we have any rerolls that we have to do?
2 total.
Okay.
One's a 1 and one's a 2. So add 4 damage to that. I'll add this all up.
Okay.
I don't know what's that crit there for on the second one.
So it crits because it always rolls at advantage. So like it rolls it for
Oh.
if you were rolling it. But instead of changing the setting every time, it's easier to just have it roll advantage all the time and just take the first one if you're not at advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let me get my fucking phone calculator because I'm brain dead tonight. This is 14 plus 13 plus 11 plus 4, 42 slashing.
Okay. Still alive. Seems to you're just like cutting into his leg as he looks down at you. And there are now a number of wounds from where you have cut in, and they're all seeping blood out. Yeah, but that was a shit ton of damage.
Yay.
Freeze.
Okay. Let's see if I can do it all. Nope. Nope, that's not what I want. Using them all.
Confusing them all, including Harshnag.
Wait, is there a way for I can? I don't think there's a way I can get the other giant without getting Harshnag. So, well, up to you. If I do it like here.
I don't think there's a way you can hit them without hitting Harshnag either. When you can't take reactions. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, it's. So I'll start out with Harshnag first.
Yeah, I'm just hit them all.
He does have. Okay. He's gonna use his bardic inspiration die.
Let's go.
And he succeeds, right? Let me remember what your spell save is.
15.
Oh, so he didn't even have. Because they used the. Well, he rolled a 15, but it was cooler for it. I guess he technically doesn't have to use the. He's purely inspired mechanically or narratively, not mechanically. He can save his bardic inspiration die. Okay, so the top giant now next. Makes a wisdom save. That's only a 14.
I'm not gonna do it.
she's just regained her clarity. She's like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Gotta
And
love
immediately,
AoE confusion spells to just ruin the DM's day.
confusion's great. We'll fight things that are more wise eventually. I'm not super worried about it. Bottom one. 16, so that one is gonna save. So, and then anything else? Any movement or anything?
So did I get two of them?
You got only the one.
Two of them saved?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I
Oh,
got.
wait, does it hit the bottom one?
I think it does.
This one?
Like if I centered it here,
What's the radius?
it's a 10-foot radius. It's up to you if that's good
You
enough.
definitely can't hit it, make it so that it hits, I don't think, right?
Can you see my arrow?
I can.
It's up to you. I don't know how like. They
I'm
filter.
gonna say I don't think it can hit because I think I can clearly see two
Well, 'cause-
spaces in between, right?
Because if it doesn't hit the bottom one, like, then I'd probably do it so it doesn't hit Harstag. Harstag.
Oh, and just hit these two here. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, because I already rolled it, I'll for now I'll just roll the save for the bottom one. That's fine. It's close. So they make a wisdom save, and they fail. So okay, so you got two of them. Bam. All right, Nemo Winterbelly.
All right.
See the guy in front of you kind of just start staring up into the sky. He seems a little dazed and confused.
Well, I'm gonna end this motherfucker. I'm gonna
Okay.
show that me and my crew are a bunch of 1981 killers.
Okay.
You're such a loser.
Roll to hit.
There's my first one.
That absolutely hit for 14. Okay.
So my first attack hit. But now let's see if lightning strikes twice from Virtual XI 1998.
I love how
So
prepared.
after the first blow, you cut in once again at the leg, and he fall that knee buckles, and he falls to one knee, and then suddenly now you're face to face, and you just jab your short sword between the eyes. Down he goes.
Amazing.
Oh. 1990, The Assassin.
Thanks, man. I needed that.
This one is the one that isn't confused. Not having a ton of luck hitting Harshnag. I think he's gonna go. He can go around Harshnag here and then attack you. Who killed his childhood friend. They actually have been friends since the first grade. Nemo Winterbelly.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
So two great axe attacks at you. The first one's a 14.
Sounds like a mediocre axe attack.
Yeah, that hits. I mean, no, it doesn't hit. Doesn't hit.
Okay, good. Second one's a 23.
That does hit.
25 slashing damage.
Ooh.
That's not even all your health. You're fine.
At 13.
Mannequin number 5. If you cast Shatter, I swear to God.
I can't
Set it on
anymore.
Harshnag.
So I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then like the hero of a movie, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile
All
from
right.
this guy.
So.
It's 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Just the darts fly up and hit him in the face, and he kind of is dazed and confused for a second. Why can I not do basic math? There we go. Thank you. Anything else?
No.
All right. Druffy is confused as always. Somebody roll
Classic drumming.
10 for me. That was not the correct number to roll, Dan.
I'm sorry. I only know how to
This is
roll high.
actually statistically insane, right? Like, great axe. Luckily, she can't hit for shit, so that's a miss. Second attack. There it is. All right, she rolls a 28 to hit, doing 23 slashing damage to Harshnag. Harshnag is not doing great, friends.
Wow. Deja vu.
Harshnag takes
Oh,
his
peace of
blow
mind.
from Druffy, and looks at her for a second, but then notices that the other giant has moved to attack all of you, and turns around and is going to attack. Absolutely not going to let these motherfuckers hurt his new friends that he's
Oh,
decided are
he's
pretty
too
cool.
pure.
Oh no! That's going to be
Jesus.
a nice 41 slashing damage. And he attacks again. Also going to hit. Okay, well that's no, it's not quite. But yeah, fucking not great. We're moving right along. We're back around at Daisy Ditzeldorf.
Wow. I don't want him to die. I don't want to shatter again. I mean, I don't really have anything against shattering. I think I might just do a little healing word, pump him up a little bit. I don't even.
Oh, that's a healing word's also a bonus action, so you could attack as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh wait, that changes things. Okay. Remind me of that in like 2 minutes. I think I'm gonna use dissonant whispers because I'm kind of in the same direction on this one.
Nice. So they make so she makes a wisdom save. That's a failure. She rolled a 6.
Nothing good. Has to immediately use his reaction to move as far away as he can.
All right. Giving Harshnag an opportunity attack.
Oh. Not about the opportunity attacks.
Okay. Here's Druffy start to run behind him, turns around and just right with the tip of his axe catches the back of her ankle. Doing 27 damage. Okay. Now unfortunately though, Josh, you can't cast 2 leveled spells in one turn. So you can't cast healing. So you can cast basically your combinations are you can cast healing word and attack, or you can cast a leveled spell and then give out a bardic inspiration. Those are kind of your 2 ways that you can go with your action economy.
All right.
However, you did just effectively do 27 damage to her, so that's not bad. Oh, plus the 8 from that. I have to get that as well. Even more. Tony Badinsky, what have you got for me?
Oh, I've got someone still in range.
Oh,
I've got my
absolutely.
great sword for you. Here we go. Unless I lost it on that last nat one.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Boom. Boom.
Holy shit, Cam, you're so close.
Sorry, my bad. I was just looking at my computer screen.
Okay.
That's fine,
Okay,
it
so
just
they
scared me.
obviously both hit, so that's a solid 31.
Wow. That's a lot of
Oh,
damage.
man.
Jeez, Tony, maybe calm down, huh?
Yeah,
I
say something.
advertised my swords on the side saying they're great.
Breeze.
Okay. Just gonna go ahead and take a few steps back. Well, I guess I'll just go there, and then I'll fire some Eldritch Blasts at this one.
Nice.
First Eldritch Blast. I'll just do them both real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Both hit. So that is 15 damage total. You shoot your Eldritch Blast off, and right through the side of the head, comes out the other side.
Nice.
Nemo Winterbelly.
Nemo Winterbelly.
We've got some really good last names.
Number 5, top 2.
Yeah.
I guess I'll move up next to Harshnag here and shoot her.
Okay.
Oh wait, I clicked the wrong thing. My bad.
I'll allow it. It's fine.
The first one was a short sword. I can't use a short sword.
That's true. He can't use a short sword. Does absolutely hit. Wow, look at that damage.
That's some damage right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay.
Wow.
14 unfortunately is gonna miss.
Damn.
The
damage
first
is
you run up, take a knee, notch one arrow, go hit her right in the small of her back. But the other one you just don't quite get enough distance on it.
Mm.
Mannequin number 5.
Alright. Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oops. Okay. Well,
Not gonna
my
do it.
cover's been blown. I was gonna move here and then cast Fireball. It doesn't work.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, it just like it hits her, but it seems to have no effect. She just didn't get enough power out of it.
Duh. If only I wasn't a
turns.
mannequin.
She turns, and it's like there's like 6 of you and only 1 of me. How is this fair? Yeah?
Hey.
That was a good joke,
Oh.
but we're gonna kill you.
Throws a rock at you. She tried. She's gonna. You definitely have 3/4 cover from Harshnag, but she tries to lob it over him.
Oh, rude.
22. So, what's your AC plus 5, Danny?
My AC plus 5? 25.
What?
Well, okay, it does not hit then. Yeah.
Every time I've said my armor class this game, at least one person has said, what?
I know I've said it at least twice.
You're a Warforged, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, tries to lob it over Harshnag, and it goes, but it lands behind you. Harshnag's gone for the kill.
Good.
Bounds up.
At this point, it's death or glory from the Book of Souls 2015.
23 to hit for 15 slashing damage. If it ever allows me to. And then, Harshnag thinks that this is a big moment for all of you, so he's going to try to grapple her.
Harshnag, you fool! I'm a mannequin. There's no big moments. They're all
He's
big
very
moments.
good at this. Don't worry. Eh. Not his best work. But did better than her. Yeah, grabs her and just like spins her around, grabs her by the hair, and he's like, "Finish her off." Daisy Ditzeldorf.
Well, okay.
Oh, I have the chance to finish her off. Wow. I like how the token's upside down. I think that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I props to the dungeon master there. I gotta think. Okay. All right. If I had like thunder wave, that would be awesome. But what I want to do is just like make a loud bagpipe thing and like knock her off this cliff here. I think that would be pretty rad.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But I don't really have anything that knocks her back or anything. I mean, I guess if I kill her, we can play with that a little bit. But all right, am I? All right, I'm gonna shatter, but like just right here, like real
Got it.
close. It's just a gentle one, and I'm gonna say, before I do it, I'm gonna be like, "You really blew me away," and I'm gonna blow into my bagpipes, and I'm gonna go.
She rolls a con save. 14, so that's a failure. Yeah, the shatter goes and Harshnag gets the idea, and he very quickly whips her around into it, like into the blast, and it just her face afterwards is a mess. There's shrapnel from the stone and dust that has come up the dirt. Yeah, she's done. She's dead or unconscious if you want to talk to her, I guess.
I can take it or leave it.
Harshnag throws her to the side and goes, "Well, fuck. That was pretty good."
Nice to meet you.
It seems you already know me.
Yeah,
Why?
we were sent here by
Laryl Silverhand.
Laryl Silverhand because we need your help in Waterdeep because the cloud giants are hovering over the city and they're trying to talk and we don't really know what's going on.
She really needs to listen to me when I got her message, but obviously I was a bit busy. She really needs to trust me when I say that. Those cloud giants, they mean no harm. But fine, let's go, I guess.
They didn't mean any harm?
The cloud giants, not the
Yeah.
frost giants.
Oh, okay.
The
I've gotten
frost
confused
giants were
multiple
saying that they were
times.
annoyed that the cloud giants were like keeping them out of the city.
Yeah.
So that seems like the cloud giants are doing good things.
I don't want to ask him, but does it seem like his dog died?
Yeah, he it isn't like he mentions it or anything, but there's no wolf there. You can ask him if you want.
No. Thanks.
Is the plan to go back to the wizard so that you can teleport?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless he needs to get anything from his house.
Oh no, there's just a bunch of frost giant corpses there. Yeah.
Should we loot them for resources?
I mean, they don't carry much, but you could certainly.
Maybe we could
You could
slice off
try.
a large portion of leg to cook.
Or sell their armor.
All right, I might not be aligned with them, but that's a little weird.
Okay, never mind. Won't do it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything.
All right, well, to Waterdeep,
Huzzah!
and your gnomish wizard friend is there, has all the teleportation to go there, and Harshnag, you look terrible. Harshnag's like, yeah, rough day. seems it's not over though. So let's go. Don't teleport us somewhere where I'm gonna like in a building or something, and then I destroy the building. You did that last time, remember? And he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, that was terrible." Let's not do that. They made me pay for the damages. It came out of my paycheck. It sucked.
Wow.
But yeah,
What a corrupt system. Let's change directions and fight it.
So you teleport back to Waterdeep. Just takes you to the front gates again. And the tower is still there, floating over, and there are people at this point. It's more orderly, but like people are just all just staring at it and talking among themselves, like, what could it mean? Is it some kind of sign from the gods? All
Are they
kinds of
trying to
crazy.
start an empire of the clouds? Book of Souls 2015.
Is it the 2015 remaster? Or is it 2015?
No. This was in their attempt to have a revival.
Oh, so their Quest for Fire.
It's
Oh,
their,
the
it's
2015 remaster, a piece of mind.
To be clear, it wasn't really a quest for a revival.
No,
They've
I said
been
a fire.
around. No, but Cameron said. Never mind.
Well-
it was their 16th studio album. So
I mean, yeah.
Die
but,
with your
there
boots
isn't
on.
really- the only break I think they've taken was because their singer had cancer.
all right, well,
Also, he was learning how to fly airplanes.
All right, respectively, God. James LeBree's tired.
Empire of the Clouds is also their longest song at 18 minutes in length.
It's long. It is. Okay. Anyway, let's take a couple-minute break. We'll just come back at like
All right.
9, I guess, to let me gather my stuff and get more water, and then we will see how this conversation goes with Lady Silverhand.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Word.
How's everyone doing?
I'm pretty okay.
Good but tired.
In all honesty, I think the only Iron Maiden song I know is "Run to the Hills."
You should jam. Well, how do you feel about Run to the Hills?
I feel fine about it. I know it
Fine
from
about
like
it?
Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Genuinely, uh that whole album is actually really good. I mean, I like all of their music in general, but like, there's a reason why that one's sort of like what the classic. At least for the Bruce Springsteen era. There's also Killers or whatever. That's really fun from I forget the previous singer's name. Hallowed Be Thy Name is so good.
I have a cheddar wurst and some pickles. Shout out to Clausen's Pickles, Kosher Dills. If we're looking for sponsorships on the D&D initiative,
Interesting. Interesting.
Tortilla.
what is that?
It's a spinach tortilla. Shout out
Mm.
to whatever tortilla brand it was.
I've got some water.
Nice.
All right. I don't know if Josh is back
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
and Danny is unmuted. Cool. So, you all push your way through the crowd some. People definitely are surprised to see Harshnag, but they aren't like scared of him or anything like you would maybe expect. It's clear that he's a known figure and probably decently well liked, at least in Waterdeep. You eventually come to a point where you're going to meet with Lady Silverhand, and they just Silverhand and Harshnag just give each other like a knowing nod, like
They're lovers.
she doesn't even ask like what was keeping him or anything like that. She can figure out that something went wrong based on the fact that you all look to varying degrees hurt, or yeah, I think everybody is because of the force damage at the very least. Okay, so get ready to write stuff down, friends, because it's plot dump time.
Ooh.
I'm not even gonna give it as like this is what here's how Harshnag puts it. I'm just gonna give you guys the information that is kind of the basis for what we need to continue, and then we can role play from there. But I just want to make sure that you get the correct information.
Hot dump. I just made a Google Doc.
Nice. Okay, so let me open up my shit as well. So the first piece of information that is confirmed is that the ordning has been broken.
The ordinance.
Ordning. I'm going to put words in the chat as we go. Ordning. Ordning
I'm guessing
is the structure of giant society. It's essentially a system that categorizes both the different kinds of giants and their places in giant society, but also then within those types of giants from there. So the order, you don't have to write this down if you don't want to, but the order is the storm giants are on top. They're the powerful seers. They're skilled at identifying and interpreting cosmic signs and divine omens. Next up are the cloud giants, who are aristocratic. They're only one step below the storm giants, and they rarely condescend to deal with lesser giants or small folk. Then below that are fire giants, and then frost giants.
Wait, did I miss one in between storm and fire? I'm sorry.
Storm, then cloud. Here, I'll put the storm,
Thank you. I'm sorry.
cloud, fire, frost. Then there
Wow,
are
frost giants are
stone,
nerds.
Oh, they're not nerds. They're incredibly predatory and warmongering.
Yeah,
So-
nerds.
and then yeah, I said stone, and then what am I missing? Hill giants. Then, and then below that are like giant kin, sort of, or like ogres, those kinds of things. That has been broken. King Hecaton is missing, and his wife was found dead, presumably at the hands of the small folk, which small folk basically refer to all of you, uh, uh, elves, humans, all of that, those groups. So not when I say small folk, I'm not referring to like halflings and gnomes. And small folk in relation to the giants.
Yeah.
So King Hecaton was king of the storm giants, and therefore kind of obviously at the very top of the ordning. And he lives in a place called Maelstrom, which is deep within the trackless sea, which is the sea right over to the left here. This is the trackless sea. So Maelstrom, trackless sea. He presided over a court that included representatives from all the different races of giants.
You said Maelstrom is where he lived.
Yep, it is. Yeah. It's a citadel.
Is King Hecaton king of the storm giants? I assume.
Storm giants. Yep.
So is he the titular storm king? I mean, you don't have to answer that.
Yes. So yeah. So he notable things about. I'm just kind of giving information here, but King Hecaton had become convinced that the age of giants has passed. Particularly because he felt distance growing between him and the gods. So that's an important thing. King Hecaton's wife was found dead. Her name is Queen Neri. She was particularly fond of small folk, and would often visit, often just like small villages. And so, or would meet just like ships on the Sword Coast and stuff like that. Because remember, she's coming from the Maelstrom. She was kind of the main force in pushing King Hecaton to be respectful of the small folk, of all the human civilizations and such. Hecaton was distrustful, but he respected his wife, so he didn't want to do anything. She failed to return from one of her trips to the Sword Coast, and Hecaton sent his younger brother, Imperator Uther, who is sort of the leader of his army. And he found Neri's corpse on a small island off the Sword Coast. It was clear that she had been killed by small folk, and Hecaton raged and wept for days, before threatening to unleash his vengeance on the unsuspecting coastal territories. Like I said, there's a lot of plot dump. We're just gonna get over the hump, and then it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna be off to the races. So when Uther couldn't calm his brother's rage, he turned to Princess Sarissa. Princess Sarissa is the youngest daughter of King Hecaton. And she's actually the heir to the throne. Hecaton decided that the two older daughters, Mirren and Nim, older daughters of Hecaton, were unfit to rule. And so he appointed Sarissa, the youngest. And so Uther turned to Princess Sarissa, who also shared her mother's affection for the small folk. She urged her father to uncover the truth and sort of, even though it seemed obvious that the small folk did it, to try to uncover what actually happened. He set out to do that, and that is when he disappeared. His disappearance has broken the ordning, and so now all of the different types of giants are essentially trying to prove their worth to gain a higher rank in the ordning. Um, he knows now that these frost giants. He basically learned all this from the frost giants that you just encountered. The frost giants are trying to do that by gaining the ring of winter. Um, the cloud giants are trying to find ancient lands of the giants and find relics of their past to prove their worth, to bring back the glory ages of the giant civilization, essentially. Um, Probably all the other ones are doing different things to do that, but basically the point is they're all competing to try to gain a higher rank, which is why the cloud giants obviously tried to stop the frost giants from getting the ring, etc., etc. So that's probably why these cloud giants are here in some capacity. Cloud giants, he he insists that cloud giants would never openly attack a city like that. It's just not how they would do it. And so they probably want to negotiate some terms about that, or maybe honestly just wanted to warn against the frost giants. It could be either of those things. Does anybody have any questions?
What type of giant is our boy?
I'm sorry, say that again, Cameron.
What type of giant is our friend? I'm forgetting the name of.
Harshnag is a frost giant.
Gotcha.
The frost giant. I think Dan said something. Did you have a question?
So
Yeah, why was it apparently obvious that the queen died to small folk?
It just the island was only inhabited by small folk, and
small cunts.
yes, right, like so at the very least, the killing was definitely done not by other giants and not by like dragons or something, which dragons are like the big enemies of the giants throughout the ages. But like, so it definitely wasn't done by either of those two. So besides that, there isn't really a lot left.
Okay.
I guess my question would be why is Harshnag helping the people of Waterdeep? Why is he not like helping the Frost Giants?
So the actual answer is because not Wizards of the Coast, but the writers of Forgotten Realms are obsessed with like the good one narratives, which is why like there's Dritzt, if you've ever heard of Dritzt. He's a
Yeah.
drow that is like the epitome of that trope, right? Of like the drow are so inherently evil and bad, except for Dritzt. Dritzt is good. He rises above his blood or whatever, which is racist and bad, but that's kind of the nature of it. But he for centuries hasn't worked with the Frost Giants. He is part of Force Grey, which Force Grey is an adventuring party that defends Waterdeep, and they're based out of Blackstaff Tower.
Oh, that's a good adventuring party name.
What was it?
Force Grey.
You think that's a good one?
Unfortunately, at this point, all of the other members of Force Grey, being smaller folk, have passed away or disappeared. So he's kind of the last one left.
Um.
And they typically would be called in for like operations, where Waterdeep wanted to prevent loss of life or like things that only a small group could. They were kind of like I can't think of the term I want, but like a specialized team to handle things that the military couldn't handle. And they've sort of been phased out over time, with like the Lord's Alliance becoming the kind of filling that role.
Gotcha.
Any other questions?
Any ideas to what happened to Hecaton? Any
Harshnag does not, but Harshnag thinks that he knows where you could potentially find that answer. He believes that the Eyes of the Allfather, which is an old ancient giant relic, up in the, you'll all love this, up in the spine of the world.
Hey. But if it's an old
Yeah.
ancient relic, are the cloud giants going to be trying to get it?
Potentially, yes.
That could be
But
problematic.
but as far as he knows, very few giants actually know its location.
Somewhere.
Luckily, he does.
Oh, luckily you do, but most giants don't.
Yeah, but he's
He's the good
never.
one. See,
Yeah, exactly. He's the good one, but he hasn't gone there himself because he considers himself disconnected from the ordning in a way. But now desperate times call for desperate measures, and that might, the Eyes of the Allfather might be able to, the Oracle is what it's called there, might be able to give insight.
Oh, next question. What are the
Oh.
storm giants doing? Because they're kind of already on top of the order, right? So are they
Yeah.
trying to like maintain dominance or something?
Presumably yes. He hasn't actually run into any storm giants yet. But let me see here. They mostly are within the maelstrom, right?
They don't really leave that much.
So, but presumably, especially as the other giants start to rise up, they will almost certainly. But right now, it seems that they are mostly focused on trying to find King Hecaton and figuring out what's happening. He knows that with Hecaton missing, Princess Sarissa has regrettably taken the throne. Not regrettably in a bad way. Like she didn't want to, but she had to
reluctantly.
after. Yeah, there we go. And so, but thus far she has not taken any. She likes the small folks, so she hasn't taken any action against them. And it seems that she's sort of just kind of trying to see what happens and get her bearings. And the main way to get to the maelstrom is by using the conch of teleportation, which all of the giant lords of the different kinds of giants have.
Oh, hell, the magic conch.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so they each have like individual ones that they can use.
Conch of teleportation.
So we gotta either find get a conch of teleportation to try and get to the maelstrom and figure out what's going on there, or we gotta find this Eyes of the Allfather thingy-majiggy.
Yeah.
I say go for the eyes.
That's what I was thinking too. I mean, we got to do something, and I feel like finding Hecaton is the most important step.
Yeah. Or at least have
Okay.
some clues to bring.
It'd be a pain in the ass to travel all the way fucking back up there. But, you know,
That is
Maybe we
true.
could.
maybe we could get our friend to teleport us.
Yeah, I was about to say we do have access to teleportation.
That's a better idea than what I was gonna say.
Harshnag takes it a step further and basically demands of Laryl Silverhand. He says, I've served you for all these years, and now like this disastrous thing is gonna happen that is gonna affect not only you but my people, my culture. Like basically you better give us some fucking money and whatever resources we need to get this job done for your city and for my sake.
Great team.
Great team. Yeah. I think what they'd be willing to do is at the very least teleport you up into to one of the thing is the caster has to be familiar with the location. Otherwise, teleportation can go really, really wrong, right? And you can end up stranded and stuff. So probably going to teleport you to one of the closer cities, and then you journey from there. But that's definitely better than going all the way up the coast or whatever, right?
That's doable.
So
They could teleport us to Fire Shear, and then we could take the Griffins.
absolutely. Well, I don't know if Harshnag can ride a griffin.
Oh, Harshnag's coming with us.
He knows where it is. If you don't want him to come with you, he doesn't have to.
Okay, he should probably come with us. What if we get like a bunch of Griffins and make a little like basket? They can.
That would be very expensive, but I guess maybe doable.
If we have the resources of Waterdeep behind us.
I feel like it would probably be easier to just walk over, but if that's what you really want to pursue,
I don't know.
we can look into it.
We don't have to do that.
Give me 1 second. I just want to read. Okay, cool. I'm good. Yeah. So basically, like you guys figured it out exactly. Your two options are, to just start trying to hunt down these giant lords, or go over to the Oracle and try and get information from that. I will tell you that, full disclosure, you are going to end up hunting down some giant lords anyway, but the Oracle is going to give you useful information to help do that, right? So you're going to end up at eventually in the same place. It's just the way that you want to go about it in the adventure.
I like oracles.
Oh,
Greek mythology is cool, and so are oracles.
Oracle.
I'm gonna ask the Lady of Waterdeep after fuck it, I forgot his name already.
Harshnag.
Harshnag demands those resources. I say, I've got this chainmail and this adamantine splint. Is there any way you can make that into adamantine plate?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do
Oh
that.
my
We can
God.
have let's before next week, I will come up with some limitations on like what to ask for, but then with the resources of Waterdeep behind you, we can get everybody, we'll say like 2 items that they are interested in, that they want for their character.
I
Does
thought
that
you.
sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, if you ask for +1 height or whatever,
I don't need armor.
I don't actually care. All of the characters in our other campaign, in our Avernus campaign,
I have a sword that
originally-
if I roll a nat 20, I kill the person.
It's true. It's a vorpal sort of cuts off their head. Yeah. So it started off more diverse because Jess was an artificer, right, which is like a support caster.
We got wild.
And Greg was playing a sorcerer originally, so like a blaster, like, that kind of thing. Greg decided he wasn't enjoying sorcerer, so he switched over to paladin. And Jess, the subclass she decided on for artificer is sort of the like the fighty one, the one that gets up in the face and hits things, right? So now the entire part, and they've very aggressively bargained for very powerful armor.
I'm gonna die in 3 days.
Very riskily, Danny. Well, yeah, that was for the sword, but Danny bargained. He got a +3 sword that has a bunch of other effects. He can't be feared, charmed, stunned, a bunch of stuff. But he had to get this other artifact for the lady in 10 days, and we're 7 days in, and they are stuck in prison right now. So that's not going great.
I'm very frazzled.
So like the lowest AC I think is Gwen on her ranger, which is probably like 18 or 19.
I think it's 18.
Yeah.
I'm
so,
23.
Yeah, there's 23. I think Jess is 22, and Greg is normally 18, but he usually has like Armor of Faith going or something. So like half the encounters that are supposed to be hard are really easy for them because the monsters literally can't hit them.
But then
But
we have
anything-
randomly hard ones where they
Anything
just
that
hit us.
requires any utility whatsoever, they are dead. They're done for.
I have the fact that my character is alive is honestly probably a crime to humanity. Like, the luck that has gone into my character staying alive has been shocking. The one fight, if I were to calculate the odds, it would have been under 1%.
Damn.
It would it easily, like, it was so bad. I rolled, like, he missed me like 5 times. I hit him like twice.
How did the spellcasters get that high AC?
We all have just mad shenanigans. Jess has armor that sticks to her.
Basically, the way the adventure works is they have a lot of opportunities to make deals, and in the long run, it's not going to work out for them. They've sold their souls for these things. Danny's going to die in 3 days. Gwen's isn't too bad. Gwen has to.
If you heard the deals we had, we have to burn down a city.
They have to burn down Waterdeep. Jess's character is required to attempt to burn Waterdeep to the ground.
That or kill a hag that basically is like on the edge of controlling Avernus. Like is like one step away of a really well planned plan. Like imagine perfect planning. Take -1 to perfect planning. And then give that to the person, and that's where they are. We're like all the way over here. If they're here, we're here. It's not good. It's bad. We're very strong, but we're all just like right on the verge of just really just.
Basically, yeah, they are on the verge of the entire system collapsing, the blood war no longer being a thing, as Avernus implodes in on itself, and then the demons invade hell and take over, and then if the devils aren't there to stop the demons, then the demons just literally take over the multiverse. So that's what they've got on their shoulders because they wanted a +3 sword.
It was worth it, and we're gonna have a great time.
But anyway, yeah. So I'll come up with some limitations on what you get, but I think. Ooh, I don't know. Let's see if I look. Are magic items a thing in the compendium that we can look at?
I think some have. I had a few in my inventory. Right?
Common magic items list, everyday magic items from the SRD. Okay, so there are some in here. Also, most of them, though, if you like Google, you can find lists of them and stuff. And if there's anything that you don't know what it is, feel free to ask me. But we'll come up with. Everybody can get some cool stuff that they think would be fun for their characters to have. Because you all deserve it. You're trying to save the world here.
Was there a certain rarity you said?
I don't know yet, but I will let you know probably tomorrow. I just have to look at the rest of the adventure. The adventure is written pretty difficult, so I'm not super worried about you guys being like brokenly overpowered, like kind of thing. Like it's written to be pretty hard, so I'm okay with easing that up a little bit anyway. But I'll find something. It's 9:27, so we're pretty much done here. We will be teleporting up to Fireshear is the plan. Let me put on the map where the eyes of the since he knows where it is, so that you guys know where, and then you guys could teleport to.
Sean, can I get a
close.
zillion passive instead of an item?
You want more to be able to give out experience? Fascinating.
Just give me like level 12. This is a joke based on Sean giving me way too much in our other campaign. I'm not asking for level 12.
He truly is a force to be reckoned with. He's playing a custom class.
I'm playing the coolest class that's ever been in D&D, and in 2 levels, you'll get to see it again, my friends. because I'm going the better version of what I am now.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. Give me in 2 levels, it's gonna get wild. In 3 levels, it's gonna get broken. I've looked at this character a lot. I've play tested, like, not play tested. That's not the right word. I've tested 3 different classes as my 3rd class.
So it's like right around here. If you can see my ping,
Whoa,
I'll
up
put it
there?
on the map later. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, wow. That
This
was
entire thing at the top is the spine of the world, is the spine of the world mountain range.
okay.
So options are there is Everland. There's they probably couldn't do the Mithril Hall. You could do Mirabar for sure. There are a couple other options that I'll find, but so the plan is next week. Then we journey up to the Eyes of the Allfather, and at this point, we're kind of actually into the meat of the adventure, which is exciting for me, for sure. I'm sweating bullets over here. Just.
Is this 3 campaigns?
I run right now. I run Avernus, this, and I'm running a Ravnica game for people from Susquehanna University.
Can I play Ravnica at some point? This is an awkward time to ask.
Oh, you want to play with them?
I don't know with them, but
you just
or
wanna
with
try
them.
the
If that's
Ravnica
the
setup.
opportunity, honestly, I'll take it. Ravnica was very close to my heart because I smacked Mike in 2 different Magic the Gathering tournaments in return to Ravnica.
There you go. We'll talk about Ravnica is actually really cool, and the book's really, really good. So
Ravnica is really cool. I only know about it through Magic, but it's really cool.
Yeah, it's all that same stuff. So yeah, but I'm getting a break from. We're not doing Avernus for the next week or 2, and that campaign is ending Friday, and then I'm gonna a couple week break while we play Dungeon World. So I'm all in the clear now. It's just been for like the past 2 months or so. I've been running a lot of Dungeons and Dragons because everybody's at home and nobody has anything to do, right? So yeah.
For next week, what day were we planning on?
Are we sticking with Wednesday nights? Is that doable for people? It is
Nighttime,
for
I
me.
honestly don't have anything, like, any day of the week. So I can make whatever work.
I'm cool with Wednesday.
Wednesday is actually better for me than Thursday, so Wednesday's fine. Okay, so Wednesday 6:30 again, and we said we want, or 6:45. We said we wanted to stick with the 3-hour session so that people can go to bed because they have work and stuff in the morning. Which I'll be able to film more now that I have more of an idea of what can actually happen in a session. Like it isn't as free form, so yeah, it's gonna be great, everybody. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point.
Nah, it's good. I'm excited.
Jess is playing a bard. All right, so I'm gonna hop off now. Not this time. Probably next session you do.
Wait, she's playing a bard?
That's what she just messaged. Yeah. So yeah. So probably next session you level up unless something goes terribly wrong, right? And we have a bit more fetch questing, and then we start killing some giants, and cool shit happens. It's a pretty good adventure. I think we're gonna have fun.
Woo!
I'm gonna hop off. Thank you all for playing.
God bless everyone on this stream. I know there's like 80,000 of you watching. Please donate. I have no money.
I think your Twitch specifically says not to donate.
No, it does, and it says donate to Danny. There's not a link to the D&D initiative. There's a link to me. And that's because I'm important. And I need money. No one else does. Any of them. I'm still streaming because I need money. The session's over. None of the other people matter. Ignore them. I'm the streamer. Give me money. Give me money.
All the work of the D&D initiative is
I
done.
know there's a lot of important things happening right now. I am the objective. Now that I've given this terrible message, let's end the stream. I love you all. Please don't donate to me.